Hey, it's Andrew from Vineyard Blog. It's been a while, but we're down in Lodi for, well, a couple of special things, but today we're just touring through Lodi. First time I've ever been here, so it's a treat for me as well.
Lodi is unique in that it's one of the few places on the west coast that there's a break in the coastal mountains, and that's at the Carquinez Straits. So when our air warms up here in the mid-afternoon, it begins to rise, and that pulls in the cool air off the San Francisco Bay through the straits, and it moderates you could have 105 degree temperatures and you're going to drop about 40 degrees through the course of that evening. Also on the east side of the district, where we abut the Sierra foothills, we get a cool wash for the same reason. The air is rising and a cool wash comes from the high Sierra down on the other side of the district.
This type of sandy loam soil will grow a huge intensity. You know, it's the educational value of how to manage this type of soil is something that we, through Mark, have learned to adapt with. We are not our roots in terms of what we used to be as a growing region for tonnage.
From the bird's eye view, are you seeing, cooler climate grapes trying to be closer into the straits? I mean, does that happen, or is it more of history, people planted?
Into that, you would go over to Clarksburg.
Yeah,
Clarksburg, they would grow a lot of grapes that we wouldn't even grow. I mean, we realize our climate. We're not going to try and grow a Pinot Noir here.
Right. No, but like a Cab Franc would be closer in versus,
if we were going to do things like that. The Cab Sauv does well here. The only difference as you go east is it just keeps that heat longer, and it gets a little hotter. It is hotter during the day, right. And we get plenty of heat here for our fruit.
Yeah.
And it works well with our style of wine. We're not trying to put out, an over-extracted, in-your-face fruit bomb with a lot of alcohol. We're trying to keep our wines balanced and, definitely make a food wine.
And you've been that way since day one? I mean, that you've always, that's
well, no, we used to be a Phillips winery, historically, and then there was a lot of people R.H. Phillips. So basically we went to finding another name, which was Michael David, because we were still really small at the time. And we said, well, we'll probably just be a local winery anyway, so people know this is Mike and Dave anyway. So, and then Incognito and Seven Deli happened, so after that it was on.
It was down the slippery slope you went, right?
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as Seven Deli became successful, I said, okay, now we can expand on that. Double sales for the first 5 years almost. Couldn't make enough. And then started coming out with some other ideas, because we came up with Emily and Sixth Sense idea.
But the funny thing about the Seven Deadly is when they sent out samples to the distributors, they sold out of their entire production and had none to sell themselves directly. I mean, I think the first 2 weeks actually.
And in 1880, they raised the largest wheat crop in the world. That was, they didn't level the ground because they didn't irrigate it. The water table was 2 feet below the surface. She said, I'm the general coordinator in San Francisco for all the Dion museums that we have. And in all our museums, we don't have a John Deere sickle cutter this old, showing it in active use in horsepower.
Oh, she was jealous.
And I